P. But me, your man, Louis T. Welcome to the 2019 NFL Draft Prospects 101 series, your guide to some of the biggest and hottest names of the 2019 NFL Draft. We're switching the game up and we're heading to the defensive side of the football, and we're in the trenches talking defensive linemen. And I'm not going to lie to you. Sometimes I struggle with the true value of a defensive lineman. Now, you know when you see a guy that's impactful, a guy that's taking over a game, a guy that is hard to block and really wrecking shop. You see that, you know when you see that, but what happens when you don't? That's a lot of times where you get into that kind of blurry area, that gray area with defensive linemen. You really got to be watching. That's not the case for this next guy, okay? This guy is a dominant force, and I think he's going to light it up at the next level. And this is the type of guy that I was referencing to the Redskins fans last year when I said, look, if you're going to take a guy in the top 15 of the NFL draft along the defensive line, he should look somewhat like this next guy in Alabama defensive lineman Quinnen Williams. Look, for all of the Alabama defensive linemen that have come out over the last 5 years or so, and there have been a plethora. I mean, they are just a factory at Alabama with these defensive linemen, you know, going all the way back to the two guys in Ashawn Robinson and the other guy that came out that year as well. And you go down the list, Jonathan Allen, Daron Payne, and now you find yourself talking Quinnen Williams. I think he's better than all of these guys. And honestly, I don't even think it's close. When you watch Quinnen Williams and what he's able to do, and you've got to think he's still a pup. He's not even really done fully growing yet. He's a pup. And this guy, he looks like a little 13-year-old kid when you look at him in the face. He's got braces. He's got the baby face. He's an assassin, though. Don't let the baby face fool you. He will go out and kick your ass and do it thoroughly. And that's what I watched him do on tape. And it was fun to watch him put on a show, watching him in these games. And, you know, sometimes you hear people hype up a player and you're like, all right, let's see what this hype is about. And then you watch the tape and you're not that impressed. That wasn't the case with Quinnen Williams. Not only did he live up to the hype, for me, he exceeded it. We're going to show you exactly why I think this guy is not only the best defensive lineman in this draft, I think he might be the best overall player in this draft. Let's take a look at Quinnen Williams, 6'3", 303 pounds, 2 years at Alabama, 29 career games, 10 sacks, 26 tackles for loss. This guy, he does it for me, man. He really does. Let's start in 2018. We're going to take a look at about 3 games from 2018. The very first game of the season versus Louisville. Let's take a look at that one first and watch him dominate this football game. So we'll start here with Quinnen Williams and watch this quickness into the backfield. I mean, that guy had no chance, and Williams is in the backfield ready to bust the play up. And that's what you'll see from him a lot of times. He's just in the backfield making a living back there. Here, watch him collapse the pocket on the quarterback, and then get his hands up and deflect the football, all right? Presence of mind to get his hands up, knowing he's not going to get there. That's beautiful there as he collapses the pocket, gets his hands up, and affects the play. This next play here, he's going to stand tall against a half-hearted double team, all right? Bench press those guys, and then get in on a piece of the tackle. That's beautiful, man. 2 guys trying to block him, wants no parts of it, and they don't want the smoke with Quinnen Williams, and he takes care of business there. Here, he's unfazed and unmoved by this double team, and this is a legit double team. And watch him just stand those 2 guys up and then go and get a piece of the tackle there. Again, standing his ground, eating up that whole entire gap. I mean, that's beautiful right there. Here, elite quickness. The center never had a chance. This should have been a sack, though. He's got to make this play, but the center never stood a chance here. I'd like to see him go ahead and bring the quarterback down. And Puma's a big guy, but you got to take him down to the ground right there and get that sack. You did the hardest part was getting there. Now you got to get to the quarterback and make that sack. Here, shaded over the nose in a cocked position, and then watch him just disrupt this play. Doesn't make the play, but that initial forcing the cut back and forcing the running back to stop his feet allowed the cavalry to come and make the play. This next play here, hands, rips, and quicks equal instant penetration and a tackle for loss. I mean, again, this guy's dominating this football game. Alabama's up 28-0, and he's dominating this game here. They can't block him at this point. I mean, They try as they might, they just can't. Look at him. He's in the backfield again. Another tackle for loss. They just have no answers for Quinnen Williams at this point. Again, I really don't need to say much here. Ditto. They can't block him at this point. Watch him just beat this guy. Simple rip and dip, and then around the edge or the corner and beats him to the quarterback and forces an incompletion. I mean, he was dominant in that football game, and he's going to be dominant in this game versus LSU here. You take a look at this first play here. Watch him stack and shed the offensive lineman and get to the ball carrier. Beautiful play there to bench press the offensive lineman and get to the running back. Here, they tried the quick snap. Alabama catch him off guard. Watch the initial push he gets on this guard here, and then watch him discard, get to the ball carrier on a 2nd and 1 to set up 3rd and 1. It's a hell of a play there by Quinnen Williams. He's going to be cocked on this play over the center. I always like to say they're cocked and loaded on plays like this. And then watch him just take this offensive lineman. Watch him take this guard and just drive him all the way back into the lap of Joe Burrow. Now, Burrow was going to get sacked anyway. He had no idea that there was pressure coming off the edge there. But even if he wanted to step up on that particular play, there was nowhere for him to go. I mean, Quinnen Williams was collapsing the pocket, so he was pretty much dead on arrival there on that drop there. He didn't stand a chance. Both of his guys got beat off the edge and up the middle. He was pretty much dead on arrival there. Here, watch the swim move to beat this double team and then get to Joe Burrow, and then the strength to hold on as he's going by him and snatch him up and then slam him down for the sack. And you'll get another look at this. Watch the guard stumble back from the quickness of Quinnen Williams as he beats them with a swim move. Watch this guard stumble backwards from the quickness. He look at him. You see him stumbling like, whoa, what the hell just happened? Who just went past me like a whirlwind? Yeah, that's Quinnen Williams beating you and your homeboy next to you for a sack there. Here, watch this push and pull technique. I love when guys give the old latch and snatch. This one here, though, is a push and pull. So he's going to push up the pocket. Then Burrow's going to try to escape, and then he peels back off. And so pushes the pocket and then peels off, comes back, makes a sack. You'll see a lot of those hustle plays with Quinnen Williams here. Watch it again. Watch him push the pocket, and then Joe Burrow feels the pressure, tries to vacate, and watch him peel off of that block and now go make the tackle. That's excellent execution there by Quinnen Williams here. Comes on a looping twist, and then watch the pull and the peel off of that block to get the sack. Watch him come up the field on this twist. Pockets collapsing. Burrow feels the heat. Watch him peel back and make this tackle. If he doesn't make that tackle, there is space and maybe opportunity there for Joe Burrow to make a play. Instead, he's down and there is limited gain on the play. Watch him beat the center on this play across his face. Doesn't over pursue and then eyeballs the running back and it makes the play. I mean, that is textbook, keeps the outside arm free, or in this case, the inside arm free. Just gorgeous technique there by Quinnen Williams. Watch him respect the hustle on this play. I'm just going to shut up and allow you to watch what this man does on this play. Watch the hustle, man, and respect it. See this guy hustling all the way to the sidelines, finishing that play. Again, this is a 300-pounder doing this. On this play, double swim move to beat the guard and the center. I mean, that is utterly ridiculousness right there. For him to be able to swim not once, but twice and get to the quarterback. At this point now, he's just showing off. He's just showing off. And here, watch this late secondary spin. He doesn't get to Joe Burrow, but boy, he makes it interesting with that spin. That is clinic right there on a secondary move to get to the quarterback and speed up his process. That is another move that you hadn't seen from him up until that point, which shows you that this guy can go into his bag of tricks and make plays. He is so special, and I think he's going to be a dominant force at the next level. As we go to the final game we're going to look at with Quinnen Williams, that's against Georgia in the SEC Championship in 2018. His first play, you're going to get a stutter, then a rip with some quicks, and then up the field. That's a big win, folks, and that's the sack. Okay? You don't stand a chance when a 300-pounder can give you a stutter, then rip you, and then beat you. I mean, look at this. He gives him a little stutter. This is a small man move right here. A little stutter. All right. Rip, dip the shoulder, and now I'm going up the field with the quicks, going to get the quarterback, going to bag me a QB. I mean, that's gorgeous, man. That's awesome sauce right there from Quinnen Williams. You deserve to yell, man. Rumble, big man, rumble. Double team tried him here. They couldn't move him, though. They tried to move him. Two of them. It's two of them there. You see him? They couldn't move him. And he makes the play there, gobbles up the running back. Again, he was being double teamed there on that play, and they couldn't move him at all. I love it. Stout at the point of attack. Here, this is what I call shutting the door. That gap looks like it's available, and then watch him reach out, shut that door. All right? Slam that goddamn door shut. Don't allow that running back to sneak by you. Too many guys I see allow running backs to sneak right past them up the gap that they're supposed to be occupying. He's not having it. Here, push and peel versus Justin Fields. And this is a guy that, watch him peel back up the field and go get Justin Fields. Go get him. Go get him. Go track him from behind. That's going to be Ohio State's quarterback next year. And that guy's fast. All right, just so you know. So watch him collapse the pocket up the field. He's complaining to the refs. If you look at him, he's getting held. He's complaining to the ref. He turns around and says, hey, well, I couldn't get the call. Now I realize, hey, let me go bag me a quarterback still, man. Gets back into play. And that's just sheer hustle and athleticism to be able to push, then peel, get back, and make the tackle. Here, this is elite quickness on the swim. All right. This offensive lineman had no shot. Right there. He's beat. Off the snap with the swim move. And to make matters worse, don't push him into your quarterback. You already got your ass whooped. Don't get your quarterback hit even worse. All right. You're going to get another look at this, and he flattens Jake Fromm here on this play. Quickness with the swim. Got him. He's beat now at this point. Don't push him in the back and help him get to your quarterback. And watch this shot that Fromm takes. Boom. That's a serious shot there into the ground. And watch him string this play out right here. And look at the center after the play. I want you to take a look at him string this play out. All right. He wins across the face of that center. Now watch the center after the snap. All right. Watch him. Shit. I lost. He got me. I love it. You know when you've been beat. And this play right here, over the center, he's cocked and loaded again. Watch him tackle for loss right here. Beat that guy. No chance. You got no chance. That's what you got. You're up against a machine too strong. See him cocked over the center there? And watch him. He swim moves the guard, is waiting on the running back before he could even make a move. That play is dead on arrival because Quinnen Williams and his quickness, cocked and loaded over the center, beats the guard into the backfield to make the play. This guy, to me, is a day one impact type of player that I think is going to change the game at the next level. And you don't see that very often from interior defensive linemen. You know, they can do some things, but generally interior defensive linemen, unless you've got a special breed, don't impact the game that greatly. Well, he's a special breed. He's going to impact the game greatly. And whomever drafts this kid is getting themselves a bona fide stud, I think, from day number one. And again, he's still a young pup, man. This guy still has some growing to do. I'm not sure he even knows what the hell he's doing quite yet, which is even more scary if you're an opposing player at the next level, because this guy, I think, is going to grow, get even stronger. He's already quick as lightning. I think he's going to be a force at the next level. So when I look at Quinnen Williams, there's so much to like with his game. And I know a lot of people are comparing him to a number of different players at the next level, but there's one in particular that I think he reminds me of. And I think he has similar size, similar ability, and I think he's going to have this similar type of game-changing ability that this next guy that I'm comping him to has, and that's Philadelphia Eagles defensive tackle Fletcher Cox. Quinnen Williams reminds me so much of Fletcher Cox and what he brings to the table and his ability to impact the game. I think Quinnen Williams is going to have the ability to do that and then some at the next level, and I can't wait to see where he lands and the impact that he's able to have. And I think he's going to have it starting in year number one. Generally, you don't like to put too much on the plate of a young player, but I think this guy has the potential to come in, not only dominate in the run game, but get you 6 sacks in his first season, which generally you don't get from interior defensive linemen in their rookie season. Again, unless they're special. and Quinnen Williams is special. I'm your man, Louis T. Signing off. Remember, if it's not your man T, it's not the best NFL coverage it could be. Also, make sure you subscribe to the Louis T Network for more great content. There are more of these videos to come. We're getting closer to the draft. Make sure you join me for the draft party live as we watch the draft and break down every selection as it happens. So join me live on the Louis T Network as we watch the draft together for the draft party. And also make sure you check out the Louis T Network podcast. A lot of great content. We're talking draft right now intensely on the podcast. Louis T Network podcast available on Stitcher, Google Music Play, iTunes, TuneIn, and now we're on Spotify as well as the website louistnetwork.net. So I'm your man Louis T. I'm going to glide to the side. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.
Louis T Network.